Hello! Today I am going to go through the pros and cons of cloth diapering. We've been cloth diapering for 3 months now, so these are just the different things that we've run into that we really love and some of the challenges we've noticed. I'll run through the pros first and then the cons, although I'll say that I don't feel like a lot of these are necessarily cons. They are just challenges, but I'll leave that up to you. And so if you're thinking about using cloth diapers or you're just curious about what it's all about, hopefully this gives you more insight and helps you out. So starting with the pros, this is always my number one pro, the environment and sustainability of cloth diapers. If you've seen my other vlogs, which I'll link below, and my blogs, I've talked about this, so I won't go into crazy detail here. But the environmental impact is huge because not only are you able to reuse your diapers over and over and not create so much waste, but there's a lot of upcycle value and there's a lot of resale value. Now, the one thing, and I've said this before, but the one thing that everyone always throws out there when you talk about the sustainability of cloth diapers is that, well, but you do more laundry, so that's more water and energy used. Yes, but it doesn't compare to the amount of water and energy and chemicals used to make disposable diapers. So I'm just gonna leave that there. You can do the research yourself. Number 2 pro is a big one for everyone, and that is cost savings. Now, I was really surprised to learn that 1 in 3 families in the US aren't able to diaper their babies. They're not able to afford diapers. Disposable diapers are expensive. I know there are like different brands and some are more affordable than others, but overall it's a lot of money spent and the cost savings is minimum $1,000. Of course, you can also go crazy with the spending on cloth diapers, but that's, you know, if you have the luxury to do so and you want to buy every print, every style. However, if you're on a budget, want to be on a budget, cloth diapers are perfect for budgets. You can build a good stash of cloth diapers under $100, or you can even slowly build your stash if you need to. So it's incredibly budget friendly, especially if you have more than one kid, because the next kid can use the diapers and you're not spending anything on diapers. Another very obvious pro is how cute cloth diapers are. They just make your baby's booty look so darn fluffy and cute. And yes, it's a big old bulky booty, but it's just so stinking cute. Like, I can't get over it. When I've had to put my kid in disposables, it's just, meh. It's like a sad bounce house. There's no fluff. It's not cute. Even if you put prints and cute prints on the diaper, nothing compares to cloth diapers' cuteness. One thing I discovered as I was doing my research on cloth diapers and looking into the companies that sell cloth diapers and make cloth diapers was that I realized many of these companies are founded and run by women and their families. So when you shop for cloth diapers, you are supporting women-run businesses and family-run businesses. I personally love that. I love supporting other women and their businesses. Another pro I've discovered is that using cloth diapers has taught me to be more resourceful, especially as we live through this pandemic. You know, I've not had to worry about running out of diapers because we even use cloth wipes for baby's bum. It forced me into thinking, why do I need all this paper towel? I can use cloth wipes to clean. So I've used a lot less paper towels. Like, I can't even remember the last time I touched a paper towel at this point. Napkins, you can use cloth napkins, and just getting crafty with different things. Cloth diapering has opened up my world on sustainability and just being more resourceful. And it's really made me appreciate a lot. Another thing I've discovered as I've gotten more and more into the cloth diapering world is the incredibly supportive community there is. There's a bunch of Facebook chat groups, and I don't use Facebook that much, but I've started to use it more because of these chat groups. Like, anytime I have an issue, a fit issue, wash question, there are different groups, some like more general cloth diaper groups. I'm not in any of those, but I've joined some of the cloth diaper groups for the specific brands that I have, because then they can help you more specifically. And I just love how positive these communities are. Again, how helpful they are. Like, I'll post a question and immediately get a bunch of responses. It's amazing. And everyone's just like your cheerleader. There's a lot of women who just post, you know, life things, things that they don't feel like they can share on their own personal Facebook page. They go to this group to vent or to just sort of let some information breathe. It's really a beautiful thing, honestly. And it is mostly women. There are dads out there, but it is mostly women. So it is a nice female community. So everyone, for some reason, when you mention cloth diapers, is afraid of dealing with the poo. But let me tell you, I feel like you get more poo on your hands with disposables. First of all, I don't ever get blowouts out of the diaper. You get explosive poos and you deal with poonamis, but I've never had issues with poo flowing out the diaper, out the front or the back. No poo on baby's clothes, no poo on me. Poo stays in the diaper. Yes, you have to rinse the poo off the diapers, but I feel like it's way less messy, especially using cloth wipes as well. Cloth wipes, I don't know, I think they work better. I've heard other women echo the same sentiment. Like, you just don't get as much poo on your hands, if at all. With disposable wipes, many of them are small, except the Kirkland ones. I would say if you need disposable wipes, probably the Kirkland one is the best, and they're big. With disposable wipes, you just always get poo on your hands, and you don't with cloth wipes. And again, no blowouts. Like, I don't know how many pictures I've seen of my friends post poo coming out of their baby's diaper and onto their clothes and onto themselves. That's gross to me, but to each their own. And when you're done with your cloth diapers, when you no longer have babies you need to diaper, cloth diapers have a high buy sell trade value. And actually you can do this even before you finish diapering. I started to buy some used ones, which at first I was hesitant to. I thought it was kind of gross, but then like sometimes they're just prints that are really cute. And also, again, I'm keeping in mind budget. So for me, you can get really good quality diapers, maybe a little bit used. A lot of people even sell them new with tags. Like either they got them and didn't know they had the same print, or they decided to go in a different direction, or someone gave it to them. You can get new diapers or very close to new for really good prices. So I started to get into that, not like a crazy bunch, but I bought one so far as of the time of this recording, and I'm really excited about it. I feel like I got a really fun print for a really good price, and soon I'm going to get into selling some of the diapers that I feel like aren't a great fit. And that's the thing, like when you start out cloth diapering, a good idea is to try different brands, because you don't know what's going to fit your baby the best. Every baby's different, every diaper's a little different. And some that I thought I would love just aren't as great a fit for our baby. And it makes me sad, but it is what it is. So instead I'll sell them for the ones that I know do work well for us. And you know, again, you get to interact with a fun, positive community. And there are rules in all these chat groups, by the way, so they try to keep it really positive and well organized. And I'm starting to even see that I think some people just go and buy the new prints as soon as they're released to like trade them for what they want, or to sell them because they know someone else is going to want them, especially like with some of these companies that sell out of new releases very quickly. The buy sell trade market of the cloth diapering world is at first intimidating, but then like as you get into it, it's really fun and kind of addicting. So for this next pro, we're not there yet, but supposedly babies potty train faster because they're used to the wetness. Now, I've come to learn that our baby is pretty sensitive to wetness, so I always use a stay dry liner. I don't know if that's gonna affect his potty training timeline, but we'll see. My brother and I were both potty trained at 2, so hopefully he'll be a quick learner too. If you've seen my stash video or my cloth diapering 101 video, you'll see like cloth diapers nowadays are made so well and they make it really easy for you. But the truth is you can cloth diaper with anything. So again, for people who are on a really tight budget, you know, or if you just happen to run out of diapers for some reason, as long as you have a waterproof cover, you can use any absorbent material. People have used old t-shirts, towels, flour sacks, anything that's gonna absorb the pee and catch the poo, it'll work. Baby will be happy. The final thing that I love about cloth diapers is their versatility. So especially with the pre-folds and covers system that we namely use, not only are the pre-folds so versatile, but the covers you can use as baby swim diapers. Again, this goes back to being resourceful, being sustainable. I just love being able to upcycle these. And very recently I saw in a chat group, someone had upcycled a favorite print of their kids and turned it into a hat for their son and a bow for their daughter. So there's a lot you can do with cloth diapers. So there is a little bit of a learning curve. So let me get into the cons/challenges. The first one is that learning curve. It does take trial and error, but disposables can also take some trial and error, getting the right fit, finding the right brand that you like, because again, every baby is different, everyone has different preferences. So it takes a little trial and error. I get a little nerdy with this and I love like playing with different absorbencies, like putting a pre-fold with a bamboo insert, playing with hemp inserts. I like to, it's like a puzzle to me, and the nerd in me just loves figuring out what's gonna work best for my baby. And okay, maybe I'm just like momming so hard right now, but finding the right absorbency and fit for your baby, it feels like a great success and you just feel like Superwoman when you do it. Maybe I'm just geeking out and I'm just a weirdo, but I do actually enjoy the bit of trial and error and like figuring out the right system for our baby. One of the big challenges that many people fear is the laundry. It's not hard. Once you find the right laundry system for yourself, you have to keep in mind the type of machine you have, the type of water you have, and use the right detergent. But again, those Facebook groups for cloth diapers, they are so helpful. And all the companies that, at least all the companies I've bought diapers from, I found them all to be very responsive and very helpful. So if you don't know what you're doing, someone is there to help you and guide you. And if you wind up doing the wrong thing, there is a way to troubleshoot your diaper, so don't worry. Okay, so this next thing is not so much a con or even really a challenge, but more an annoyance. You know, a lot of times, especially in this newborn phase, we'll see as he gets older how it goes. But in the newborn phase, you know, they poo a lot. So the annoying thing is when you put a good clean diaper on him and you're all set and you're excited, and then he does a massive explosion, like right after, 5 minutes after, 10 minutes after, and you're like, dang it, I just put this diaper on you and now I have to do a whole new diaper. But then because we've had to use disposables for a couple weeks, and we use disposables in the hospital and up until his breastfed poo came in, I have found actually that I think it's more painful when you have to throw another disposable away because it's just more waste. I don't know. It is much easier to just put on a new disposable right after he does that, but personally, I just feel like, oh, another one in the landfill. So that's that. So throughout this pandemic, we have not really gone anywhere, so I haven't had to travel too much with diapers. You know, at the most, I've packed 1 or 2 to go to the pediatrician's office. But very recently, we've been going to visit my grandma, and I've had to pack for the first time like a full day's worth of diapers, and it is a lot more to pack. I do have a full separate diaper bag just for his diapers. But the thing is that with the pre-folds and the covers, you don't have to pack as much. I probably overpack a little just because I want to be sure, just in case, you know, we have those moments where we have to change him right after we've already changed him. It does take more space while traveling. However, I still love my cloth. Okay, so I mentioned that cloth diapers is a huge cost savings. Literally can save you thousands of dollars, but it is a higher upfront cost. Again, depending on your stash, you can totally do a simple stash for under $100, but you can also do a lot more. We started our stash around like $450, maybe a little under that, which I think is a really good moderate cloth diaper stash, especially buying quality diapers. So if you're on a tight budget, you know, maybe harder because you do need a little more upfront cash, or if you're not sure whether you want a diaper or not, you need a little more upfront. But that's why those buy, sell, trade groups are so great, because you can try out diapers for really cheap by buying a used one and buying a good used one. This next con challenge, I don't really think of as a con or challenge, but some people might. I think it's more funny, and it's more just something to be aware of, and that is that because you've got a fluffy booty, you're going to need bigger bottoms for your baby. Our baby's mostly in onesies, but the funny part is, like, as he grows and he starts to outgrow some of his onesies, it's so funny because they'll look like muscle t-shirts because they're extra stretched out with the fluffy booty. Again, I think it's freaking adorable. Other people might not love the bulk. That's just information for you to digest and you to decide what you want to do with that. One challenge we have had is that our baby pees so much. He is definitely a heavy wetter. I mean, I can't compare him to other babies, but he has to be a heavy wetter. He quickly outgrew his newborn pre-folds. Well, not outgrew, but outwetted them, rather. Now, like, there's no way I could get away with a single newborn size pre-fold. He could outwet that in less than an hour. So for nighttime solutions, I did find a really good nighttime solution. And because he's so poopy, I've still had to change him once in the middle of the night, so it worked perfectly for 4 to 5 hours. That being said, he is now starting to poop less, and we are able to actually keep him in a diaper all night. This literally has just happened in the last couple days. So I have now bought a fitted diaper, which is supposed to be better for heavy wetters. I will update you all on how that works out, and I'll do a heavy wetter video or a review on the fitted diaper. But yeah, finding a heavy wetter solution can be a challenge. I actually just watched a video of another vlogger who, she gets really real with you because I'm with her. There are a lot of videos out there on heavy wetter solutions, but like none of those moms or dads have actual heavy wetters and their solution doesn't really work. She gave examples of a few different ways, and her solutions are super, super bulky, but as long as it gets on baby, fits on baby, there's no leaks, and it gets them through the night, that's what matters. And I don't think like the babies really mind or notice or care. They kind of don't have a choice because it's not like they're crying uncomfortable. So I don't think the bulk bothers them at all. We've had some bulky diapers on our baby and he's fine. He doesn't cry about it. So yeah. So I would just say with heavy wetters, you have to kind of play around a bit. The final challenge, just to throw out there, it's not something we've experienced yet, especially because we are still in a pandemic and we can't put him in daycare. But one thing to note is that not all daycares will take cloth diapers. If you do find a daycare that will do cloth diapers, there are really easy cloth diapers you can use. If you look at my stash video and also my cloth diapering 101 video, I mentioned pockets. Pockets are super easy for anyone to use, or all-in-ones. We don't have any all-in-ones, but I'm actually trying to add a few more pockets to our stash to make it easier for other caregivers to diaper our baby, because if you stuffed it, literally all they have to do is just snap it on baby. Those are my pros and cons challenges that I've discovered over the first 3 months of cloth diapering. And again, I've really loved it. My husband's been great at it too. He did kind of get used to the disposables a little bit. I was bummed when I told him we're going back to cloth, but the disposables were always just temporary, and we always keep some just as backup. Also, no one's ever said that cloth diaperings are an all or nothing thing. So there are plenty of people who cloth diaper and use disposables, just depending on the situation. Maybe when you travel, you want to use disposables because it's easier. Or, you know, if your child goes to daycare and the daycare doesn't take cloth diapers, then you use disposables during the day and cloth at night and on weekends. I also have a friend who uses disposables at night because it was the best solution for them. Otherwise, they kept getting leaks. So you do whatever works for you. I have become a total champion of using cloth though. So if any of you ever have questions, comments, you're curious about it, please feel free to leave a comment. I would be happy to try to help you out. Really, really love cloth. My husband's an expert at spraying the poo off now. It's something that's really doable, and it's not as scary as people think. And I really hope that as we move forward, that more and more people will be aware of how great cloth diapers are nowadays, and I hope that it'll become more accessible. I thought of another challenge right when I started editing this video. So the other thing you want to stay on top of is diaper changes. When baby's new and pooping after every feed, it'll be the same as when they're in disposables. You're pretty much changing every 2 to 3 hours whenever you feed them. But as baby grows, maybe poops less, becomes a heavy wetter like ours, you want to stay on top of those diaper changes, especially during the day. Like during the day, I usually pack a fluffy booty, but one that still only lasts about 2 to 3 hours, especially because he's likely to poo. Ours still is kind of a heavy pooper, but not as heavy a pooper as before. And I don't need to pack an extra absorbent diaper if he's just gonna poo in it in 2 to 3 hours. So during the day, I try to change him every 2 to 3 hours still, and then at night we extended to the 4 to 5 hour, or even like one that's lasted him 6 hours. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be moving on to fitteds soon. Hopefully those will last all night and a good 12 hours, so we don't have to worry about waking him up. But yeah, so with disposables, you know, if baby starts to fall asleep and you're thinking, oh, I should change him, but you want to just let him sleep, it's a lot easier with disposables to do that. With cloth diapers, you want to be aware of how much absorbency you have in there and how long baby's been in there. And, you know, again, stay on top of those diaper changes. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, feel free to subscribe. You can follow me on my social media channels. And stay tuned for more cloth diapering adventures. Toodles!